Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is your no-nonsense guide to building the Jotunn Star Wonder Weapon in the Zombies map, Totenreich. To start with, you are going to need to do Power and Pack-a-Punch, and I know you guys probably already know how to do that, but if you're playing Cursed, it's not going to handhold you through it, so I am quickly going to show you all the steps for Power and Pap now. You'll initially need to activate the broken power lines, and these are on both sides of the map, so you can open up through the doors and get those done. Then, once both of those are repaired, you can go into the robot's head, and you can do this via either the top left or the top right side of the map. You're looking for a big yellow circle that will suck you inside the head, and then when you're in there, hold square on the center console. That's going to activate the computer, and then you're going to leave the head and you'll fly out of it, landing on the ground, and there'll be a zombie that will get sucked out there as well. And when that zombie hits the ground, it will turn into ketchup on the floor, and it will also drop an admin keycard for you. So grab that keycard and then head to the War Factory area that's on the left-hand side of the map, or the western side, if you will, and open up this admin door using the keycard you just grabbed. Inside there, you'll see a Glock Drop controller, which is a score streak item. You are going to grab that and then head to the Fishery Island via the zip lines, and you can sink the Glock Drop, and this basically is a process where you just wait around for a little bit, and once it's done, the Pack-a-Punch will spawn in place. So with Pack-a-Punch active, we can start work on the Wonder Weapon build quest. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit here about what the Wonder Weapon does, because it's got some quite unusual features, and then we can get into the rest of the build guide. On your right trigger, you've got your regular melee, which can take out multiple zombies at once. On your left trigger, you have a ranged attack, but that will only work if you've charged up the fire in the lantern using your melee. So you get a couple of melee kills, then you can throw out a fireball. You can also hold out the lantern to protect yourself from frost, and that will be relevant during special rounds and during the boss fight. And if you're standing inside the middle of one of the Flammenfaller traps, that will infinitely charge your lantern and mean that you can just throw out those left trigger heavy attacks over and over again. So that's how it works. Now let's talk about running through the steps that are gonna help us build the Wonder Weapon. First, you're gonna want to head to the dry docks area that's on the west side, that left side of the map, and press this button here, and that will lower a wall that you can run and jump on. And you need to jump off it so that you can grab some chains from the very tip of the ship. And that's gonna be a chain link quest item when you grab it. Then you're going to go over to the Storm Bridge, and you're going to pick up the chili chunks, which you can find behind the truck next to Deadshot, and it will look like a little can of baked beans, my favorite. Bring your tin of beans to the table in the marketplace area on the right side of the map, and if you place the beans before round 10, then you'll get a special round on round 10, and a Xersa will spawn in that we'll need to kill in a minute. However, if you place the beans after round 10, then the next round will just be a special round. No matter when you place them, the following round will be a special round, and that's where you'll get your Xersa. So assuming you've placed the beans, let's say, on 10, and you've got your special round the next round, and Xersa spawned in, you're going to want to take Xersa down, and it will drop a lantern part for you to pick up. Then, you need to come over here to this little building in the very top right-hand corner of the map and hold square to interact with the outside of the building, and then hold square again, and you'll install the chain part that we grabbed from the tip of the boat earlier. And once that's fully installed, the door will open and you'll be able to go downstairs into the basement area below. So, once you've placed your lantern part from the Xersa on the platform in that room, 4 symbols are going to appear on the table. You need to match the symbols on the wall to the symbols on the table, but specifically in the following order. So if we're facing that table from the stairs with our back to the stairs, you're going to want to do the left side of the table, the right side of the table, the back of the table, and then the front of the table. So as you can see, I'm looking in my game here to see what's on the left side of the table. I'm seeing there's a little constellation of a specific shape. I'm then waiting until I see that on the wall somewhere and the symbols rotate around the room. And then when I see the matching one, I'm gonna hold interact on it, and its kind of soul energy essence is gonna fly over to the table. Then I'm going to go to the next in the sequence. So it's left, right, back, front, and you're going to do those one by one. Now, if you do it in the wrong order, you'll have no symbols on the walls anymore, and that just means that you need to go back to the table, interact with the symbol on top of the table now, and it will return all of the table symbols back to the walls, and you can start the process again. But assuming you've done it correctly, you've matched the left symbol, right symbol, back symbol, and then front symbol, Astrid will appear, and she'll talk to you a little bit, and then she'll start moving around the map. And Astrid basically needs to suck loads of zombies in various locations, and you need to follow her to the points where she needs to do that, and then feed those zombies' souls to her. So you'll follow her, she'll find a little hiding spot, you'll then kill loads of zombies, that will fill her up with souls, and then she'll move, and you'll do that several times. This will then end up unlocking a kind of jumping puzzle for you, which leads to the lighthouse. Now, you need to not use the zipline over to the lighthouse for this, but you actually start it on the non-lighthouse side. You climb up and start ascending all of the different rocks that are there. And you need to be careful because zombies are going to be spawning in here in quite large numbers. So it's really useful to have things like Casimirs and Ether Shrouds ready at this point. You'll climb up, and then you'll get into the lighthouse, and you'll then need to go through another series of jumps and keep climbing even further. And obviously I'm showing it on the gameplay here, but once you get to the very top, there'll be a prompt interaction that you can do to enter the lighthouse right above you. And once you've done that, you'll be able to pick up the wonder weapon, which is the Jotunn star. So that's the wonder weapon built. Hopefully you've enjoyed this no-nonsense guide. If you have, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. Most of you guys are already subscribed, but you never know, there might be some of you out there that haven't done it yet, you know? You're slacking. So lock in, and I'll see you very soon in more zombies videos. Bye for now.